Hi, I'm Lucy.
And I'm Polly.
And this is Create with Mates. It's such a good title that Polly came up with, so I'm totally taking credit for it. But this is something that no one's asked for.
Nobody at all.
No.
But we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway because we'll want to do it because it's a bit of fun anyways.
Yeah.
So if you watch any of our Melon Rose videos, you might recognise where we are. We're in our outdoor studio, also known as the garage. So we're outside, so we can hear the birds chirping, which is absolutely beautiful because we're at the beginning of spring, heading into summer. So we thought, why not utilise this lovely space that we've got outside? Anyway, back to what we're chatting about today. So Create with Mates is all about
things
art.
we appreciate.
Yeah, you go for it.
Whether
List
that's
a few things.
arts, music, photography, food.
Oh, food, yeah.
That's a big topic for us, for sure. And everything that we appreciate and things that we love, we're going to chat about.
I just love how there's so many things driving past.
Don't be alarmed if you hear an enormous sound.
We're going to have to try and edit this out later.
It's the bin man.
Before it was a tractor, now it's the bin man. Anyway, so we're going to talk about ourselves and introduce ourselves because we know one another because we're sisters, so we're related. But you guys may not know about us, or you may not follow us on Instagram as part of like Melon and Rose Calligraphy. And because we're like humble queens, we don't like talking about ourselves too much. So we're going to introduce one another, and I think that's a really nice way to kick things off on our first introductory episode. So
allow me to introduce Lucy Mama. Oh, absolute in-house marketing girly, head of business, all the serious heavy stuff. I just do a bit of drawing. Lucy is the absolute brains, and she's also super creative, really into photography, makes all our amazing videos too. She's got everything. She's got it all going on. Oh, that's Lucy.
Oh, that's really nice. That's very kind. So Polly's our star of the show. If you watch Michael McIntyre, you'll get that reference. Basically, if we need calligraphy doing, whether it's like dip pen, brush pen, engraving, or even like really random materials that we get sent in the post, she just cracks on with it. She's absolutely the number one. So I don't know how I would cope without Polly. And also, she's in so many of our videos, whether it's like just on Instagram or
you'll recognise this mug. If you know our Instagram.
Definitely. And we go to places together, which is fun, which we're going to delve into a little bit more because we do quite a bit of travelling via Mella and Rose.
That was our resident in-house dog, Winnie. She doesn't do a lot for Mella and Rose, but she does make a lot of barking and woofing sounds in the middle of our first podcast.
So we're going to have to see what this sounds like. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? We travel quite a lot.
We're travelling. And we're going to talk about that today. And we'll be back in just a minute.
So the main thing with Mel and Rose are our workshops, and we do travel around quite a lot, don't we?
All over the country.
Definitely. And that could be for like private workshops, corporate workshops, and predominantly they are sort of, I say for the public, that sounds a bit weird, but it's for the public, so anybody can come along. And those are the ones which are really fantastic because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to see, and it's just lovely to meet new people in different areas of the UK, hopefully abroad one day.
Oh yeah.
Fingers crossed.
That's on you, Lou.
That's on me. That's okay. I'll try and make that happen. But because that followed suit from last week, actually, we were in London. I love going to London because we live here in the northwest, but we love going down to London. It's really, really fun. We only ever go like a couple of days here and there, but it's just perfect.
Girls' trip.
Literally, definitely. And why don't you let everybody know our routine from when we step off the train?
So picture this. You're on the train to Euston. You're on there for 2 or 3 hours.
Oof.
You're dying to get off the train. And then you've got to sort of weave your way through the hellscape of London Euston Station. That's not me just saying that. That is actually what it's called.
Right.
It's a universal experience that London Euston Station is the worst. So you're coming out into London. It's absolutely heaving. What do you want? A nice, big, juicy sandwich. And there's only one place to go. Bon Bouche in Marylebone. Absolutely our favourite spot. We've sort of got like a routine now, haven't we? We come off the train, lovely walk down to Marylebone, which is just so like picturesque, it's untrue. And we get there and we absolutely gorge on these lovely delicious sandwiches. I get chicken and avocado.
I was going to say, you can't leave any details.
Delicious bread. So important to tell you everything that's in there.
Yeah.
Chicken, avocado, spinach. It's so delicious.
It's on a seeded baguette.
It's on that lovely granary baguette.
Yeah.
That's an important detail. You can't miss that. What do you get?
Chicken mayonnaise with sweet corn on a white baguette. It's so fantastic. And I have to add, the latest one I had was more filled. than the other ones that
Wow.
I've had. So we had to take a picture. And then following suit of that is a dessert. And you don't normally like this
I'm not
specific
a sweet
cake.
treat girl, to be honest. I
Yeah.
know everybody loves a sweet treat, but I'm a more savoury girl.
Mm.
Unlike you, who, without fail, the tiramisu is sort of the star of the show every single time we go.
So we had that for dessert as well. But in all seriousness, it's a lovely spot to go to when you've been on the train and you want some fresh air. And it's not always sunny in London, but whenever we go, it's pretty nice weather, so it's not raining too much. And it's just a fantastic spot to chill, watch people watching, and sort of, you know, if you can get a seat on the corner, it's really nice.
I must say, we are a fantastic advertisement for that little bakery. Because
Literally.
we're always, without fail, sat on that corner, like, just in absolute bliss having this sandwich after being on the train. And so many people just look
Looking.
and sort of nosy what we're having.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can pay for better advertising than
No,
that.
but you saw Greg James once.
Wow,
Star
celeb spotting.
power. Yeah, but that is pretty cool.
Well,
Because
it's round the corner from the BBC.
yeah, which we hadn't realised.
No.
Till
Oh my
fairly
god,
recently.
there's a hilarious story. Well, it's not that
It is.
where we were coming round from the other side, and we saw this little gate and had a tiny little badge on, and it was like leaning down the staircase like something out of like James Bond, and it said BBC on this tiny little plaque on the gate, and we went, oh, wow, does that go? And then we walked on the corner, and it's the giant,
It's the
BBC
giant
headquarters.
building there.
So it must have been some sort of like tunnel, but we're like, some secret BBC building, as if the real one wasn't too.
The lamos that we are, we
lamos that
mention it every single time. Anyway.
But a Marylebone trip is not complete without a trip to Books, which
No,
is
absolutely
my absolute
not.
favourite place to go.
That would be criminal.
I can't even count how many tote bags I have at this
How many
point.
do you have?
8 to 10 at least.
How many colours did you have?
5 or 6.
Yeah.
I have got 3 of the black ones.
Yeah.
Because they're just great.
They are really cool, and they're big enough, and like the strap's
They're
really
perfect.
durable.
Because
You
you
know,
can
there's rubbishy ones.
Oh no, it's amazing. I can see why all the tourists go in. Don't buy a book, just buy the tote bag.
Because we did that. Where was it? Oh no, what's it called? It's near the Westfields, and there's a Books there. That's the first one we went
was
in.
it? Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, Holland Park.
That's the one. That's the first one we
Yeah.
ever went in. That was a
Yeah.
good moment.
That was so
a burgundy
nice.
one, wasn't it?
That was really nice.
Anyway, let's get back to the more not serious elements. But anyway, so the reason we were in London was not for the sandwich and not for Books. It was actually for a corporate workshop with a very nice client. It was for Google, and they wanted to know a little bit more about calligraphy, its calming benefits, but also mainly how they can do sort of party invitations and everything. So from the progression, from not ever touching a pen, a brush pen, to finishing with some bespoke cards, some bespoke pieces, and learning to do decorative illustrations with a brush pen was amazing. Because it was fantastic, really, to see the progression from nothing to that.
They picked it up, all of them, so fast. I mean, there was about 15 on the workshop, and every single person had like never touched one of these brush pens before. And like, you have to remember, it's not at all like a regular pen. It has that tip that bends, so it's really tricky. A bit trickier than we let on, I think. But everybody managed to start with that and walk away with this lovely calligraphy. I love seeing that. It's one of my favourite things. Walking away and everybody's so pleased with it. And it was Mother's Day as well, so I mocked up some happy Mother's Day cards and put everybody's names on it.
That was such a lovely treat.
Was so
because we hadn't really planned that, but then we had like extra cards, and I was like, "Go on, Paul, you go around
an extra gift for your
and go out, go see what you want on everything." But yeah, so that was just a lovely, lovely day because we were only there for the day, so we managed to fit quite a lot in
because we had to be back.
Yeah,
the
because
next
we had another event
it
for Mother's Day in Manchester. Right, little travel bugs. But yeah, what did we do earlier in the day in between the sandwich and the Google? So we're going to throw another spanner in the works here. So I've done an intro for Polly, and I've completely missed out the fact that you write your own music, just to add another string to your bow. So we've recently been doing music videos here where we live on the sand dunes, and also we've been to Liverpool. We want to go back into Manchester to do some videos, but yeah, you tell everybody
just
what we're doing.
London, I mean, those streets are just so like iconic and, as I say, picturesque, and we just had to get the new camera out. We got the Sony A7 which is a gorgeous piece of kit. And Lucy's a big fan of all the photographers on Instagram. So actually seeing those photos come out, it gives you a nice feeling.
I hate
of like,
saying, but it was like a full circle moment. Because like you see things on Instagram, especially like videos, and you think, how can I recreate that with like a little camera? And it's like you can to an extent, but not to the extent like a full frame. And you know, we love whacking a filter on it.
Kodak is king.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anyway, so we were using our brand new toy, which was fantastic, and we were doing some music videos, or sort of like, I want to say jigging. So like
I was jigging. That is no word of a lie. I was jigging.
So dancing around, prancing around to your new song, shameless self-nom, or plug rather, of Slow Dancing, which is Polly's latest song. And I will be total cheerleader for Polly, even though she's no, she's wonderful. She's fantastic. She's all herself. She doesn't have help from anybody else apart from, not really me, I wouldn't say.
You're good.
Yeah, well, I'm there for like moral support, but I write everything down. So I remember we were doing a song, and you would like, we would like go through it and play the song because it didn't have any lyrics yet, and it was like, what's the story? What do you want it to be about? And we would jot some ideas down. But with Slow Dancing, she came to me with this like fully finished song, properly mastered, and I was like, oh right, yeah, let's get that on Spotify then. So that was fantastic. I think this could be a lovely thing to talk about on another episode.
I think so as well.
Like I could interview you.
There's so much to say about it, from how it starts, the process of it, the mixing of it, and then I obviously have to make the album artwork myself, and how we like distribute it, and then the videos. So much goes into it being an artist in 2025.
If you've not familiar with Polly, please do check her out on Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you stream your music from, because the album covers are just so Polly. They've got calligraphy on every single one of them.
Naturally.
And that doesn't mean like scripty calligraphy, it's just like hand lettering. So it's really, really nice to see a whole package come together, and you think, wow, one person, or maybe with the help from me, one person's done all of that, so that is really cool.
Oh, thanks, Louis.
Yeah, anyway, so that's
that
enough
was
of
so
that.
sweet.
That was, it won't happen again.
Anyway, back to Google.
Oh yeah,
that was so exciting.
Yeah,
and it was smack bang in the centre of town, and they have such a cool office. I felt like
it was really
cool. It was so cool.
It was quite hard to find because there weren't any signs, but the top floor was really cool, and the view.
It's panoramic view of the city.
Let's talk about the view.
It was gorgeous
because there was I was about to say the Eiffel Tower.
wrong city, mate.
Wrong city, no. But there was the Gherkin. You could see St Paul's Cathedral. It was a beautiful spring day, so the sun was out and the sun was coming down as we were doing the workshop. Because as I say, it was late afternoon, early evening time, and I don't know how you could be any serene. No. So
a couple of drinks. It would have been absolute perfection.
Yeah, well they did, and then we thought we better
not because I'll be going off the page. So
yeah. Although we have had classes actually where we've done a few evening ones and people have a drink, and it's been really nice. Oh my gosh, do you remember that bridesmaids? Oh my gosh, hen party,
Castle Manchester.
Oh wow, that was so fun. I couldn't tell you, and it's probably something that will just like stay with us forever, because we're doing a calligraphy workshop for a hen do, and we've done quite a few, which is really really fun. So we know the gig, we know that the pieces are going to be like pretty chilled but quite jam-packed, so there's quite a lot of drawing and there's quite a lot of calligraphy on each page, so we know people like to chat, have a drink, so it's like not too much description on the page. It's more
very casual.
It's more doing, which is good, and it's sort of like you can do page by page, and then Polly and I provide the one-to-one tuition, so everybody learns it properly. But it's more in like a fun, casual, exactly like you said. So everyone gets the bottles out, and you can do the noise in the microphone.
Hang on, I'll have to step back from the microphone. So picture this: everybody's sat at the table, pens in hand, but suddenly the bottles come out.
Woo!
Okay, we're downstairs in the castle. It's about 11:30 in the morning, but it doesn't matter because everybody's feeling the spirit. I didn't want to woo too loud there, just in case I break the microphone.
No, it's good actually.
Burst everybody's ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
It was such a good day, and Castle's quite a chill shop.
Yeah,
there's like I think there's music, isn't there, upstairs? But it's always kind of like sultry music. It's
not
sort
it's
of
smack
like
in the middle of the northern quarter, so it's very cool.
Highly recommend.
Cool,
even if you're not into calligraphy. Not everyone is, but even if you're into sort of drawing, painting, or just thinking, I want to get a nice piece of materials, they're fantastic. And also, shameless plug again, if you come to a workshop, I think it's any workshop actually, including ours, you always get 10% off. And I think that's like, that's nationwide. If you go to a class, you get a discount, which is fantastic.
Sign me up.
Which always works well for our calligraphy, because you get everything in the box, in our calligraphy boxes. So there's not really much to buy, but
we like to give you everything that you need.
But you can then learn so much more with calligraphy, whether it's like brush lettering or any other materials, or you want to try different paper. It's always great because they have lovely paper stocks there.
Yeah.
So you can sort of buy to your heart's content. Which is
it's
lovely.
gorgeous. And so many people like to pair their lettering with another form, whether that's like watercolour or like acrylic. Yeah. And it does work on a lot of different paper stocks. So if you're getting like nice Winsor & Newton watercolour paper, another favourite. And it's so nice to pair or like make your own cards. Yeah. It's so adaptable. It can go with so much stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Cassol, because we go to the one in Liverpool, Manchester, and now we're going to the one in Glasgow and maybe the one in Edinburgh. But they don't have one in Dublin, because that's where we're going actually this summer.
That's
we're going to be doing it's for the public workshop. We won't delve too much into it yet, because it's their sort of event at the moment.
More details to come.
More details to come. Secret project. But literally, I'll just be posting it on Instagram whenever I'm allowed to. So it's not really secret. But yeah, no, Cassart, definitely recommend. So yeah, that's fantastic. So that concludes the middle part of our podcast. Concludes. Sorry, I'm still learning the lingo.
The link.
So that I'll go again. So that concludes our second middle chunkier part of the podcast, and we'll be right back after a short musical interlude from our very own Polly Mellor. I really hope that was recording.
Welcome back to our final bit of today's podcast and our very first podcast. Very exciting. Round of applause for everybody. I mean, this has been great fun, and we're going to do hopefully plenty more of these, whether we're in a different spot, talking about what we've got coming up, things we just like, people we just like, anything really. There's scope for so much to talk about.
I like that a lot.
I love that.
Because, as I said before, we travel around quite a lot.
We do.
So we've got lots of nice stories, places where we go, food that we eat, and then also you're an interesting person.
And you're an interesting person.
So we can chat to one another about what we do, because we are obviously in the same business, Mellor and Rose, but we have completely different jobs.
We do.
Where, I think it's quite comical, really. I think we go to classes and people think we're just sitting around and do calligraphy all day, which is like probably about 3% of what we do. And it's quite nice to share what we do, because we're a small business.
Yeah.
I hate, I'll say female founders, because that's what we are.
True.
So there's all these other areas that we could possibly talk about, if anybody actually wants to listen about it. And it just is nice to talk about different things, because we don't really talk about this on our normal videos, because it's for Instagram, so people want to see calligraphy, they want to see the boxes.
Calligraphy centric.
Yeah, whereas this could be just talking about anything that we're doing.
This is just us having a gab.
Yeah, I mean, we've got all the equipment, and this is all Polly's music equipment, so we're making good use of it. That's why they are different colours.
Bit of a mix, Max.
But it looks cool, and I love your wire as well.
Thank you.
And then we can probably also tell people that I tried to learn the bass.
Oh my God.
But that's for another
We
day.
have footage of that, which we can also show.
Yeah, I thought we could be like Haim, but with like one less member.
Yeah.
It didn't go terribly well, but it was good vibes, wasn't it?
It was really good vibes.
That's what why it's for. But yeah, it's been lovely talking to you all today. And it's also nice talking to Polly, because we talk all the time, but
it's nice to have a look back on things that we chat about.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, so we're going to see you on the next one. We don't know when that will be, but we're going to have fun along the way, and we're going to share little snips and snippets as we do it. And the next one, who knows? We could be on the road, or we could be back here, or as Polly says, or we could be back indoors, and we're just going to have fun doing it. So I hope you really enjoyed this one, and if you've not really enjoyed it, we'll learn from our mistakes. So please
don't tell us. We need all the positive encouragement.
Because if we get one hateful comment, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's been lovely chatting to Polly today. It's been lovely chatting to you, and we really look forward to seeing you on the next one.